Hi, I'm Matt.
I'm Mark.
And today we're making monkey gods.
These little totems for to adorn our pyramid.
You may recognize these from a previous video. We did same game for Red Door. These will be, as Mark just said, adorning the pyramid. Took the same vector art that I made for these guys back into Illustrator and did some minor tweaks on that one to cut out some mirrored sides of him. I'm going to show the camera over here. There we go. There's a monkey. Cut these out on the CNC, sandwiched them up on some more MDF there, so they are nice and dimensional. And then came in with a Dremel and carved out, there we go, carved out a lot of the space there to make them look a little more, well, hand-carved and not machine-carved. Which I had a really cool time-lapse of where I tried to, where I would carve for a second and put it down and take a picture and carve for a second, and the camera didn't really behave on that. So you just imagine you saw me making these. That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Didn't happen if it's not on camera.
We then made dump molds of these guys, built up some MDF boxes, nailed them to the bottom, and poured silicone over the top of our critters. And we're about to pull some copies of it using some 325.
These are called dump molds because you dump crap into it. We're going to use our 325 resin and this Quarry Tone filler from Reynolds Advanced Materials, Smooth On. Now, one funny thing about this stuff is that it's pretty dense, and it will fall through the column of resin and settle out. I will show you, this is what happens when it settles out. And so here you have basically just sort of a slightly creamy looking resin, and all the detail goes to the bottom of the mold. So what we're going to do is mix the stuff up and then tend it. We're going to have to keep mixing it as the stuff gels and starts to get thick enough that it will no longer separate and fall through the column of resin.
Let's do it.
We're going to do that.
I'm going to say I doubt it very highly.
It's just floating on top right now.
Oh, you're doing A and B in a different container. Like maybe this guy. Is that correct?
I'm doing, my plan is to mix all of this together. Once this is incorporated, this level is going down. Oh, sorry. We should be doing this. This is not cooking yet, so. Oh, look, hey, he set it up already.
With inane chatter. Now, this may look kind of like Rocky Road ice cream, but trust me on this, it's not very tasty.
If you've ever mixed eggs and flour, you know how the flour sort of wants to stay dry? What I'm doing is I'm wetting all this with the part B in order to get it to accept the part A. If I mixed both of them together and then tried incorporating everything, I would lose a lot of my pot life, and that would be a bad thing. The amount of the Quarry Tone that I'm using in here is a little greater than my part B. Normally, if I'm using a filler, it's going to be the same amount as the part B. In this case, it is greater than. Not by much, but a bit. And I have found that that helps this stuff
Stay chunky.
Yeah, stay a little chunky. Makes it more visible, which is what we're going for. Up there, one more.
Maybe the hair more. Yeah, good.
You can pour this into the head of one of the other guys and get a tongue depressor and start stirring it.
I was going to put it in a dump mold.
Well, let's use it for what we got it for.
Okay. Eagle.
As this stuff cooks off, it'll get easier to get the stuff up into the column. Right now, while it's still so liquidy, it's not going to hold it up very well.
Also, just in that it settled out already just while Mark stopped stirring immediately and started pouring, because I'm not sure if you can see on the cameras here,
You've got
but
more stuff?
I definitely have more chunky than Mark does because mine was at the bottom of the cup. Also, I'm better than him
It's true.
as a human.
Surprisingly true. Matt and I had an idea to add some stratification in our pour. So what we're going to do right now is we've got this tilted on a board, a little piece of scrap, to add a tilt level to it, and then we'll keep it on the same layer and pour a separate color layer to act like a little stone strata. We're not even sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it.
Hopefully it does, because it's adding, tripling the number of steps once you get into the pour. So hopefully this works and is really cool, and we're not just wasting our time.
And we've topped off our...
And now yours.
We've topped off our little one that we were stirring before, so that's cooking off right now, and we'll see how that comes out.
He's done, and we're going to demold him and take a look-see.
While he does that, I'll be mixing up our little strata layer here. I've mixed a little bit of brown pigment in with the same mix, so it'll be a little bit darker. And we've got these set up on tilty boards.
One snicky god. One snicky god. Flex came out more than I anticipated they would.
Yes.
Which is okay.
Yep.
Snake. Cool.
And I'm going to pour a little layer. Each one of these was poured so that it has a tilted layer in it, and then we're going to pour in this separate layer, which will follow that same layer, although it won't be square, because that's boring.
And between the last time we rolled cameras, we did pull the partial pieces out of the mold, clean them up, and just touch them to the belt sander to make them nice and flat. Snaky god. About how much depth you figure you got on each?
I varied between
Straight up.
them so that they don't look like they were all cut from the same location. So this one has about 1/8 of an inch, and this one has about 1/4, and this one has an arbitrary amount.
Some odd number of 16ths. Should we stir those, you think?
We can.
bit.
Certainly can. Would you like a stirry thing?
I'll take a stirry thingy.
There's a stir machine.
Ooh.
This is not thick enough to stir.
We are not going to stir it, as it is not thick enough to stir.
Yeah. I think we just let it go.
The upside of not stirring it on this layer is that we don't have to demold and grind between pours. We can just let gravity do its thing. Unless Mark keeps picking at it, in which case we're going to have to demold it and grind it.
I'm actually pushing the filler, the Quarry Tone stuff, out towards the edge to make sure that we have a visible concentration of it, rather than what we ended up with that little cap sample that we showed you where it's separated, just to kind of make sure that we have it out to the edge. But yeah, so now we wait again. And demold on this, or how long we have to wait, is pretty short on this.
About 30 minutes between.
It's 325. Technically, it should just be a few minutes, but with filler, it seems to slow down the cure process a little bit, and it's a little bit cold in the shop. Those are all factors that affect the cure time. So
Now we see if all this actually worked. Demold time.
yay, demold. Go.
Roll. Oh, I should be demolding.
Yeah,
I'm not
demold
a drummer.
something.
Monkey. Monkey.
How do you know you get the? You did get the monkey.
Monkey. I think that worked. Monkey for the near camera. Monkey.
There you go.
Pretty cool. We're just struggling there with the eagle.
The eagle is his strata went right through his neckline. But still, okay. And these will get sanded out a little bit to so some of the super speckly bits will.
A little bit of flashing went up around
We'll
the
get a little
Jaguar.
bit more subtle.
We can sand that down.
Oh, I like his. It's actually kind of nice.
It's dimensional though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagle worked. Huzzah!
That'll just sand off.
That'll buff out.
Yeah, I have an uncle who owns a garage, a junkyard. Cool, nice. If you would like to be notified when new videos come out, because it's going to start happening irregularly, push the subscribe button and the notifications thing. Turn that on, and we'll try and keep you updated on what's happening and stuff like that. Ask us questions, comment, stuff like that.
Below one of us.
And we can answer what questions you have, because that's fun.
Actually, it is. We do like getting feedback from y'all, and
It makes us know that you're a real person out there.
not just robots watching, because we're just feeding into the robot uprising.
It's going to happen.
With
We have
monkey gods.
We have
Robots need monkey gods.
No, they. Oh yeah, they
Don't
do.
they?
I don't know. Elephants. We have a Facebook page. You can check that out if you want. That's actually another way we can notify you about when videos are coming out. That's all I can think of. We will see you soon with Pyramid 2 and some other stuff, because we're doing like 3 videos simultaneously right now. I don't even know what we're doing.